Richard here from Impact Church in Greenville, South Carolina. Wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about something new our church is doing called Church in the Wild. Want to explain it very briefly. We're trying to get the concept in our head. It's sort of a perception of what church is, that it's not the building we're in, it's who we are. When we leave church on a Sunday and we leave the building, it's not that we've left the church, it's that the church has left the building, and that's a huge difference when you actually get that. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to take the church, which is the people, to areas where the name of Jesus isn't usually glorified, maybe isn't even heard. And for example, this past Wednesday, I believe, we actually had the church go out, instead of fellowshipping inside the walls of the building, just amongst each other, we took our church, the people, out to the Falls Park in Greenville. And we just got a little shelter out there, you know, in the middle of a bunch of people catching Pokemon, but just a bunch of non-church people. We fellowshipped, we got to do that, we got to be with church people, and then our worship leader whipped out his guitar, and we worshiped in the middle of the park amongst all these other people, praising Jesus in a place where Jesus usually isn't praised. Church in the wild. And I want to tell you where that comes from. I've got my Bible here is actually the Message version. It's the Message translation, which I'm a big fan of. It's a paraphrase, but it really sometimes hits it really hits the nail on the head sometimes in terms of what Jesus is trying to get at. If you look at Matthew 10, this is what Jesus tells his disciples. It says he sent his disciples out with this charge. This is what he told them. He said, don't begin by traveling to some far-off place to convert unbelievers. Don't try to be dramatic by tackling some public enemy. Go to the lost, confused people right here in the neighborhood. Tell them the kingdom's here. Bring health to the sick. Raise the dead. Touch the untouchables. Kick out the demons. You've been treated generously, so live generously. Now, Jesus isn't saying here that missions aren't important. Our church loves missions. We love going off to other nations. The Great Commission says that. Make disciples of all nations. But what Jesus is saying is, on your way to the airport, don't step over dead bodies and spiritually dead people just to get there. Help the people that are right there outside your front door, on your porch, at your workplace. They don't know Jesus. Before you take Jesus to the other side of the earth, take it to your workplace. Take him to your next door neighbor. Then he goes on and he says this. He says, don't think you have to put on a fundraising campaign before you start. You don't need a lot of equipment. I love this part. You are the equipment. All you need to keep that going is 3 meals a day, travel light. What Jesus is saying is this: sometimes we get so caught up in church institutions, and you know, the Wednesday night workout class at church, the celebrate recovery, and all that stuff's fine, but it's like this. Churches have become McDonaldized. Every church you go to, they've got the same menu. It's the same thing, and I don't think that's how Jesus meant for it to be. Church is supposed to be let off the leash. When he sent people out, he sent them 2 at a time, and he just said, go tell them the good news. And that's what Church in the Wild is about. It's not about programs at church, about only doing things that the church body says you can do. It's about people just bringing Jesus to their neighbors. It's about holding church services where you fellowship with the body, but you're also out in the middle of the wild with people that have never even heard the name of Jesus. It's a great way to actually reach lost people, to have relationships built with lost people, and that's what we're trying to do at Impact Church. If that sounds like you, come join us on Sundays at 9:30. We're a different church, but I think you will like what you see.